Hello everyone, this is Shivani and once again I welcome you all to my online class. Today I am going to quickly tell you the difference between few words like perhaps, maybe, even though, although, despite and in spite of. As you know, all these words are quite similar to each other, but still people get confused between these words. So today we will clear out those confusions. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is perhaps and maybe. Let me tell you, perhaps and maybe means exact same. Both the word means shayad, okay, something which is possible but not 100% certain. Both the words are adverbs. So, by meaning wise, both the word doesn't have any difference. Now see the uses. Maybe is more casual in tone. So, maybe is more commonly used. ठीक है, maybe जो होता है, we use maybe in informal way. Like if you're talking to your friend, if you're talking to your family member, then you can generally use maybe. It can be used at the beginning of a sentence and maybe it's generally used in the starting of a sentence. Okay. Example, maybe I'll go to watch movie today. So whenever your sentence will start from maybe, that whole thing will be between yes or no. There is no certainty in your word. Means you can go to watch movie or you cannot go to watch movie. I mean both possibility are there. आप जा भी सकते हो, नहीं भी जा सकते हो. So somewhere your statement lies between yes and no. Next up, maybe he thought she would change her mind, but it wasn't going to happen. Okay, maybe he thought, मतलब उसे लगा, he was not sure. He was somewhere between yes and no. See, perhaps. Perhaps can be used at the beginning as well as in the middle of a sentence. Perhaps is more formal. Perhaps is common in academic meetings. So now, the biggest difference that we are seeing here is that perhaps is most commonly used in the academic meetings and maybe is commonly used in any sort of conversation. Okay, so if you are writing a letter to somebody, if you are writing an article or something, some work of your office, okay, then you will use perhaps. So perhaps is generally used at the beginning and it can be also used in the middle of a sentence. Okay, and perhaps is more formal. See the example, but perhaps they can do it. Here we are using perhaps in between the sentence. And the second example is perhaps he will do well with you. Okay. Next up is in spite of, despite. Okay, it should be despite, not despite of. So in spite of and despite, both the words are prepositions. Okay, and meaning wise also both the word means same. Both the words in Hindi means के बावजूद. Okay, so के बावजूद हम यूज़ करते हैं जब हमें किसी चीज़ को हटा कर कहना होता है कि accept this. Okay, so इसके बावजूद. And somewhere in spite of and despite have a similar meaning to although and though. So both the words are preposition, both have exact same meaning and are interchangeable. Okay, since both the words have exact same meaning, it can be used interchangeably. दोनों को एक दूसरे की जगह पर भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं. Now the same difference here. In spite of is used in. Okay, let me tell you the biggest difference between these two words is of the way of writing. In spite of, there are three words in one word. Okay, in dash spite dash of. Okay, and despite is always used solely. Okay, despite हमेशा अकेले लिखते हैं. If you are writing despite of, then your sentence will be wrong. So in spite of is used in informal way and despite is used in formal way. So in spite of हम use करते हैं informal way में लाइक इफ़ यू आर टॉकिंग टू योर फैमिली मेम्बर, हमारे दोस्तों से, यारों से, ठीक है। और फॉर्मल वे हम यूज़ करते हैं जब हम कहीं बाहर किसी ऑफिशियल वर्क के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, या हम अगर किसी इस तरीके से बात करते हैं किसी से प्रोफेशनल लाइन में, तब हम यूज़ करते हैं डिस्पाइट। सी द एग्जाम्पल, ही वेंट आउट, बट एक चीज़ और है, हम इन स्पाइट ऑफ की जगह डिस्पाइट भी लिख सकते हैं और डिस्पाइट की जगह इन स्पाइट ऑफ भी लिख सकते हैं, लेकिन हम डिस्पाइट अकेले लिखेंगे, डिस्पाइट के साथ हम डिस्पाइट ऑफ नहीं लिख सकते, और इन स्पाइट के साथ ऑफ ही लगाना है, इन स्पाइट अकेले नहीं लिख सकते। सो दिस थिंग यू नीड टू कीप इन योर हेड। ही वेंट आउट इन स्पाइट ऑफ द रेन, वो बारिश के बावजूद बाहर गया। I love him despite his drawbacks. He got the job in spite of his bad record. Means उसके bad record हैं, उसके records खराब हैं, still he got the job. And similarly, in spite of, at the place of in spite of, you can also write despite. He got the job despite his bad record. And the last step we have is although, though, and even though. Just now I've told you that although and though have similar meaning to in spite of and despite. Okay, both all these words means के बावजूद, except. All the three words are used to show contrast. So although, though and even though contrast को show करता है, ठीक है? You can end a sentence with though but not with although. So this is the biggest difference. आप कोई भी sentence ऑल्दो से शुरू कर सकते हो, दो से भी शुरू कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप कोई भी सेंटेंस ऑल्दो से ख़त्म नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन आप कोई भी सेंटेंस दो से ख़त्म कर सकते हो। ऑल्दो इज़ यूज्ड इन मोर फॉर्मल वे, ठीक है। ऑल्दो जो है वो ज़्यादा फॉर्मल तरीके में यूज़ होता है, वेयर एज दो इज़ यूज्ड इन बोथ फॉर्मल एंड इनफॉर्मल वे। दो जो है वो दोनों ही तरीके से यूज़ हो सकता है, इट कैन बी यूज्ड एज फॉर्मल वे एज वेल एज इन द इनफॉर्मल वे। Even though is also a contrast. Even though भी एक तरीके का contrast है, but a stronger contrast, ठीक है। जब बहुत ज़्यादा contrast की बात आ जाए, जब expectation बहुत ज़्यादा हाई हो और जो आपका काम हो रहा है वो बहुत कम हो जाए, मतलब जो difference है, contrast है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाए, stronger हो जाए, then we use even though. Let's quickly see the examples. He waited at the counter. The waiter was nice though. See. पॉइंट नंबर सेकेंड, यू कैन एंड अ सेंटेंस विद दो, ठीक है। आप कोई भी सेंटेंस दो से ख़त्म कर सकते हो। हियर आई हैव रिटन द सेम थिंग, ही वेटेड एट द काउंटर, द वेटर वॉज नाइस दो। नेक्स्ट, ऑल्दो द एग्जाम वॉज टफ, आई थिंक आई डिड वेल। ओके, द एग्जाम, नाउ दिस इज द फॉर्मल वे टू टॉक, ऑल्दो द एग्जाम वॉज टफ, आई थिंक आई डिड वेल। ये एक फॉर्मल तरीका है बात करने का। द एग्जाम वॉज टफ दो, I think I did. Okay, let me clear out. The exam was tough. Now it's fine. The exam was tough. I think I did well though. Now this is the informal way. इसी तरीके से हम लोग बात करते हैं, ठीक है। यहाँ पे भी हमारा जो सेंटेंस है वो किससे फिनिश हो रहा है, दो से, लेकिन ये ऑल दो से फिनिश नहीं हो सकता। हम अगर ये नहीं लिख सकते कि दिस एग्जाम वॉज टफ, आई थिंक आई डिड वेल ऑल दो, ओके। हम ये लिख सकते हैं although the exam was tough, I think I did well. Okay? And the last example is even though the exam was easy, I failed. मतलब जो कंट्रास्ट है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है। डिफरेंस जो है, एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या थी कि एग्ज़ाम इतना इजी है तो पास हो ही जाएंगे, लेकिन एग्ज़ाम इतना इजी था फिर भी फेल हो गए। सो द एक्सपेक्टेशन वॉज टू हाई और जो रिजल्ट आया वो क्या हुआ, इट वॉज टू लेस। सो द कंट्रास्ट इज़ very much, okay, contrast is very high, very strong, so here we are using even though. So this was it for today. I hope you all get clear understanding of these words, and if you have still any confusion, please let me know in the comment section. So we will meet up again in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe.